welcome to Upside Down Pilates. Today's lesson will focus on our wrist and hand. Eileen, Lonnie, Malia, and Herman will all be joining us. Let's get started. Go ahead and lie down, and we're going to first warm up our abdominals today. Bring your arms down by your sides, find your nice neutral pelvis, take a big breath in, and exhale, roll your pelvis to 12 o'clock. Good, and let's roll back to 6 as we inhale. And exhale, roll to 12. And roll to 6 as we inhale. And exhale, roll to 12 o'clock, and let's stay there. And inhale, bring your right leg up to the ceiling. Now as you exhale, pull your tummy down and bring your left leg up to meet it. Good. Inhale, bring your right foot down, keeping your abdominals in and your back long. Exhale, bring your left foot down, stay in 12 o'clock. And now roll yourself back to neutral pelvis, deep breath. Exhale, roll to 12. Good. Inhale, pick up your left foot. Exhale, pull your tummy down, then pick up the right foot. Good. Inhale, put the left foot down, keep your abdominals in. Exhale, put the right foot down, keep the abdominals in, and roll back to neutral clock. Deep breath. Exhale, roll to 12. Again, inhale, pick up the right. Exhale, pull your tummy down, pick up the left. Inhale, put the right down, keep the abdominals in. Exhale, put the left down, and roll back to neutral. Last round, inhale, exhale, go to 12. Good job, ladies. Inhale, pick up the left. Exhale, pull your abdominals down to pick up the right. Good. Put the left down as you breathe in. Very nice. And put the right down as you breathe out and go back into neutral. Excellent. Let's come on up and do a side arm press. So we'll start with our right arm. You're going to bring your hand in line with your shoulder, elbow under your shoulder and your palm out. It can be in a little diagonal. And already pull up from your armpit and allow your knees to reach a little forward. Find your wonderful abdominals and ribs connecting. Reach out through the crown of your head. Deep breath. As you exhale, press to your hand and lift your elbow, pulling away. And as you go down, slowly lower. Inhale down. And exhale, press and lift. Make sure those ribs are connected. And lower down. And press and lift. And inhale, lower. Keep reaching out through the crown of the head. Exhale, press 4. And inhale, lower. Exhale, press 5. Inhale, lower. Remember, not going into hyperextension of your elbow. 6. So keep it working and lower down. Keep the scapula right up against your rib cage. And press. 7. And lower down. It's so easy. And 8. Lower down. Good. We'll stop at 8. Let's flip to the other side. Good job, ladies. I saw a little bit of shaking. All right. But I can say that because I'm just sitting here talking you through it. Go ahead and get your body in one long line. Bring your head right over your shoulders. Draw your ribs in just a little bit. Keep your shoulders down, your back. Deep breath and exhale. Press up. 1. And lower down. Good. As you press up, reach out through the crown of your head. 2. And as you lower down, reach out through the crown of your head longer. Good. And press up. 3. And lower down. And exhale. 4. And lower down. And breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. 2 more. Press out and up. 7. Lower down. Press out and up. 8. 8, and lower down, and rest. Good job. Let's take a look at Herman and learn a little bit more about the anatomy of our wrist and hand. So our wrist is down in here, and there's a couple things going on at this joint. These are our carpals, and this is our radius, and this is our ulna. So the carpals and the radius and the ulna articulate, and that would give us our flexion and extension at our wrist. We also have pronation and supination down here, just like we did up here at the elbow. And the radius still articulates over the ulna, but you can see it also happens down here. Okay, so it's not just up here. Then these are our fingers. So our carpals, and these are our metacarpals, and then our phalanges, they're called, in our fingers as well. Okay. We also have ulnar and radial deviation, so that means that your wrist goes to your radius or towards your ulna, okay? And then we also have ab and adduction at our fingers, so our fingertips can splay and come back together, all right? And of course we have muscles that make all of that happen. And one of the things that we need to do in our exercising is make sure that all of those muscles stay strong so that we can use our wrists and our hands for gripping or whatever we need to do in our daily life. Another thing to point out is our flexor retinaculum. So this is kind of a tendinous bridge that goes over these two carpal bones. And our median nerve runs underneath it. And when people have carpal tunnel, that median nerve gets compressed. It might be compressed down at the wrist, but it could be compressed anywhere all the way up into the shoulder or even up into the neck that creates that carpal tunnel syndrome. So by using our wrists and our hands and exercising those muscles and keeping them strong and flexible, hopefully we can prevent things like that happening. I wanted to highlight one modification for the wrists. This is one place where folks generally actually have pain while they're trying to do their exercising. And if you're trying to do this at home, this would be a very easy thing for you to do to get yourself out of pain. So when you go onto all fours, Lonnie's going to show us, you can put your hands over the front, and that opens out the angle of the wrist. So if we take the pillow away, you can see how it closes a little bit, and that's sometimes a lot of where the pain is coming from. The pain is also caused by sometimes you're hyperextending your elbows and your shoulders are retracted together and you're dropping all your weight down into your wrist and not using your muscles. That's one possible reason for it. In the process of training that, though, we can have you put your hands over the top and then continue to encourage all of our shoulder girdle, elbow, and wrist alignment while we're working. Okay. The other thing that we want to look at, thank you, Lonnie, is when we're pressing back or using our wrist in any way, our goal is to have it in a neutral alignment like this, as opposed to like this, or pulled back like this, or forward like this, while we're doing any of our movements, unless we're specifically working on that particular movement. Okay, so let's do some exercises for our hands and our wrists and wake them up. The first one is the finger wave. Okay, so you can just take your hands out in front of you, and we're going to start with our right thumb, and you're going to slowly pull your thumb and one finger at a time into the center. Give it a go. You can start one finger at a time into the center. And then we're going to start with your left thumb and roll one finger at a time out. Good, and now start with the left thumb and one at a time in. And right thumb one at a time out. And let's go a little faster. Right all the way into left. And left out all the way to right. And left thumb left to right. And right to left. And a little faster. Right to left, left to right, and left to right, and right to left. Last time a little faster. Right to left, and left to right, and left to right, and right to left. Good, excellent. Okay, the next thing that we're gonna do is that was the finger wave. This is the flower, okay? And this is a wonderful ballet exercise that I learned as a little girl. So you start with your elbows, and then you bring your wrists together, and then you try and articulate your hands together, and then slowly pull your elbows and then your wrist apart. And this part is called pulling your taffy. And then we're gonna bring our taffy back together and start at the fingertips and reach out and up and make a flower and roll off to your elbows. Good. And elbow, wrist, fingers, pull your taffy and bring the taffy back together. Fingers and pull it up. Good. And a little faster. Elbow to taffy and taffy to open. Good. Elbows pull your taffy. Bring your taffy together, make your flower and open. One more time. Elbows pull your taffy and bring your taffy together and open. Good. Nice job. And now let's do a couple stretches, okay? So first thing we're gonna do is stretch out this area that might be tight. You want to reach your arm forward, but make sure you don't go into your hyperextension of your elbow. So you're gonna keep your elbow slightly bent and make sure your shoulder is gliding down your back. And now with your left hand, you can pull back and just stretch. And you should feel a deep stretch right at your wrist. And just hang there and breathe into the stretch. And while you're here, you can think about being seated in neutral pelvis as much as possible, making sure that your head is right on top of your shoulders. Good. And now let's go ahead and pull the hand to you so you can pull through the back of the hand. And again, make sure your elbow is still a little bent so you're not hyperextending it, and make sure your shoulder is still down your back so you're supporting your stretch and you're training your muscles to go in a neutral place all the way up into your pelvis. Good. And let's go ahead, change. So start with the left, pull down with the left fingers and back, and keep your elbow just a little bent so you can really feel the stretch right up in the wrist. Good. And go the other way. Pull the hand to you. Good, and rest. And now just take a moment and circle your wrists around one direction, allowing your fingers to articulate if you can. Yeah. And now go the other way. Good. Good job, ladies. And now we're going to do a fantastic Pilates exercise using the sandbag. All it is a cloth bag, and Joseph Pilates would put sand inside of it. I just have weighted balls or a bag of beans. It can be anywhere between a ½ pound. This is 2 pounds. This is 1 pound. This is 2 pounds, and that is actually 3 pounds, depending on how strong your wrists are. And all you do is walk down with your hands like this, making sure you're opening and closing your fingers so you get a lot of grip action, and then you walk it back up and flexing and extending your wrist completely as much as possible. Okay? It's very easy to make. You just get a piece of rope, tie it to the bag, tie it up to a dowel rod, and you're good to go, and it's a great thing to do every day. All right? We're going to do it standing on what I call the whoopee cushions. We have whoopee here at the studio, so most of the students do this every time that they come to the studio before or at the end of their lesson. So go ahead, ladies, stand on. And these whoopee cushions are fantastic because they force all of your stabilizers in your body to fire up, and it kind of wakes up your whole body for your lesson. So we're going to start, and we're going to have our elbows out in front of us, our shoulders down our back, and we're going for perfect posture with a beautiful smile, and we're just going to walk our hands down. And we're going to walk it all the way down, 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 and then walk it all the way up. And in the beginning, you're going to want to do 3 or so, and I normally stop around 5. Too many of these and your forearm is going to burn off. And go ahead and roll down. And pull back up. And there's many different grips that you can do with the dowel. Good, and go down. And back up. And by having the whoopee cushion there, it's a little more excitement because the weight of the ball takes you off center. So you have to continually readjust your balance as the ball changes. 2 more, ladies. Down. Yes, we're doing 5 and not 3. And back up. Good. And 1 more this way. Roll it down. Good. Again, make sure your shoulders are down your back. It's best to keep your elbows kind of close in by your sides so you don't accidentally start hiking up here. Good. Was that 4 or 5?
5.
Excellent. And they're not going to tell me any other way. Now, all you're going to do is flip your hands over. So this might feel a little awkward because we don't normally do a lot of work with our hands up like this, but you're going to do the same thing. Roll it down, trying to get a lot of work in your wrists. And it's also working on your grip. So all of the intrinsic muscles of your hands are helping. And then roll back up. So you can think about your nutation while you're doing this. So you have your strings in your belly pulling backward, your string in your low back pulling forward. You've got your 2 strings at your hamstrings pulling forward. And if you can lock that sacrum right into place with your ilium, you're going to have a much easier time balancing up here. And as my dance teachers would always say, smiling makes you turn better and balance better for some bizarre reason. Is this 3? Good. Oh, you get to stay extra. 2 more. Are they starting to burn at all, ladies? Good. And just 1 more time up and down. But the more motion that you can get in your wrists, a lot of times people will slide them down on their first lesson. And that is not what we're trying to do. Everyone will cheat to achieve the goal with the least amount of muscular effort possible. And we're trying to use our muscles here. Good. And Eileen has 1 more up. And she's going to smile while doing it. Good. Nice work. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time when we have a full body workout. Okay, let's go ahead and stretch our hamstrings a bit by activating our quadricep muscles. So our goal here is to keep our pelvis in neutral the whole time. Let's take our right leg, massage into the floor, and point your toe. Now, what you're going to do is keep your belly to your back and your back to your belly, and just straighten your right leg without allowing the lower back to fall backwards. Put the right toe down, and now massage your foot back in. Good. Again, massage your foot out and point your toes. Then lift the leg up from your kneecap. Keep your belly in. You should feel a stretch in your hamstrings if you keep your lower back with its natural curve. Put the toe back down and massage it back. Again, here we go. Massage the foot out. Straighten the leg by pulling your quadricep muscles up right around the knee. Put the toe back down and pull it back in. 2 more. Inhale, point. Exhale, straighten, lift tall through your spine. Inhale, point. Exhale, pull it in, get taller. 1 more. Inhale, point. Exhale, lift. Inhale, point. Exhale, bring it in. Now let's add some circles. Inhale, point the toe. Exhale, reach it up and circle your foot to the right. 1. Keep lifting tall through the belly. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Reverse those circles. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Opposing rib cage. 4 and 5. Nice work. Point the toes, reach it down, and massage the foot in. Shake your hips out a little bit. Here we go, nice and tall. We have to do the left. Reach the left toe out. Now, straighten the left leg. Don't let that back round back. Keep it lifted. Point the toe down and bring it in and get taller. Relax the shoulders. Make sure your chin is tucked in. And straighten the left. Lift it up. Point it down. Pull it in, massage it in. Press it out. Lift it up, stay tall. Bring it down. Pull it in. 2 more. Massage it out, smiling. We are having fun. Lift it up. Put it down. Bring it in, get taller.